G'day and welcome to Campr. On today's show we head west to the Goomburra Valley with the crew from Motorama. Give you a chance to win the Ariat prize pack, which includes a new pair of boots. But first, it's north to Rocky to catch up with a rodeo legend. We've all heard stories about larger-than-life blokes from the bush. No-nonsense men with fists the size of dinner plates, whose reputations are even bigger and precede them everywhere they go. Well, you're about to hear about another. Meet Ariat team rider Shane Kenny. Shane likes to throw himself from a perfectly good horse, going flat out, and wrestle steers to the ground using his bare hands, and he does it for fun. Hailing from Emerald, he's a 13-time APRA all-round cowboy, 11-time rope and tie champion, holding the record at 7.2 seconds, and 3-time APRA steer wrestling champion. Credentials don't come much more impressive than that. Shane's been with Ariat as a sponsored team rider for some years now and heads along to events like this one, Beef Week in Rockhampton, to regularly catch up with the latest news via the Bush Telegraph. So Shane Kenny with us, team rider for Ariat, and I guess Australia's greatest cowboy, and I was doing a bit of research on those stats and I was kind of running out of room. Can we go through a few of those? I know you don't like to blow your own trumpet, but you have won a few titles.
Yeah, 15 all-round cowboys, 13 rope and tie, 4 steer wrestling and 3 team roping.
So your pool room, I'm imagining, is kind of... Have you got what do you do with all those trophies?
Yeah, no, we've got a house full of trophy saddles and buckles and...
At least those trophies, those rodeo trophies, are normally pretty useful, aren't they? I mean...
Yeah, no, we use a lot of the saddles and stuff, so yeah, definitely, yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
What's it like to throw yourself off a horse, flat out, and grab a steer by the horns and wrestle it to the ground?
Yeah, well, sometimes you've got to be a bit careful, you get the horns through the mouth, but no, it's, I guess the first few times that you do it, it is actually probably pretty terrifying, but obviously after you've done it, and it's no different from motor racing or driving fast or whatever. I guess you get used to the speed and everything. You're a bit of a man mountain. I mean, I consider myself to be a big bloke, and then I see the size of your hands and stuff. Like, do you have to be a big bloke like you to be successful at wrestling steers or roping calves? Yeah, it does help. Definitely size and height and all that sort of thing is like an advantage, but all in how much heart you got. Yeah.
You got to have a bit there, but a lot there.
Yeah. You got to have a bit of try.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's sort of.
The sport is thriving. There's some great events on, and you're on your way from home at Destiny Downs to Tamworth. So you've come through Rocky to visit us here at Beef Week.
Yeah, no, we pulled in here and we had a few stalls and stuff that we went around and caught up with, and yeah.
And tell me about your relationship with Ariat, because they've been a good supporter of yours.
Yeah, no, they've been a great supporter of. I was fortunate enough. I knew Terry when I grew up in Mount Isa, and used to go into the shop there and annoy him quite a bit. But anyway, when he got involved with Ariat, and I was actually one of the first guys that he hooked up, and haven't looked back. Yeah, no, they've been really good to me and great products, and
It's a bit hard to wear through a pair of Ariat boots. You'd probably be better at it than most people.
Yeah, no.
Given your profession of stopping in a hurry.
Yeah, no, they are very tough. I think I'll wear out before my Ariats will anyway.
This also gives Shane the opportunity to pick out some new Ariat gear and meet up with a few familiar faces. Ariat's amazing range of product is almost as big as Shane. Boots, buckles, belts, jeans, jackets in a huge range of styles. But you won't need to come to Beef Week in Rocky. There are plenty of stores stocking this gear right around the country. Head to ariat.com.au for your closest Ariat stockist.
I'm Jason Gibson, and this is life.
Well, Darren, fantastic weekend for Mitsubishi. Take us through some of the reactions of your customers. You've obviously had a great weekend with them.
It's been a fantastic weekend. Obviously, the idea is to get them here and build some excitement in their car. A lot of them don't know how to use some features in their vehicle.
Yep.
So we obviously come out a day earlier. We test the tracks. We find little holes like the one we've seen today. And from the footage you've got, you'll see that mistakes can happen, and certainly that happened this weekend, but it's better to be our car than certainly our customers' car.
Right. So you were out here sort of a day earlier and you put the Mitsi through one of these water holes and well, you put it to its absolute limit.
Yeah, we did. We had to be towed out, so we got fully bogged.
Yeah.
But certainly that just gives us the knowledge then to know what puddles we can. The one behind you here is the one we actually drive through, and it looked actually really deep, and once we actually done it ourselves, we actually realised that it's quite a hard bottom. This one on the right hand side though, unfortunately,
not so hard.
Not so hard. It's quite a big bog, and
But I guess your customers' expectations have got to be met. They're coming away for a challenging weekend. You've got to make sure that you don't step over that limit, and I guess
that's probably the big test. So trying to find, obviously everyone's got different levels of experience, and that goes with their expectations. So we try and sit in there in the middle.
Yep.
The basic people have sort of got to step up to that level, and that's part of doing the training on the very first day. So we try and get them to that level, and you're always going to have just, I suppose, if you want to say, the cream on the top that. Hey, it's fairly basic for them, but I think, as you've seen yesterday, there's some pretty big treks there that we went through.
Yeah.
But it's all about preserving their car. We don't want to harm their vehicle.
Yeah.
So everything we do is all about making sure that they can come on this trip, and when they leave today, their car's not damaged.
Sure, definitely about touring, not trashing, and that's what we've been doing. And Gordon Country has offered up a few challenges, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. Certainly gave us some tricks on the tracks.
Yeah, and we've got a big drive ahead of us today.
Yes.
The last hill, affectionately known as the Big Dipper. I think that'll sort of put the wind up a few people, I think.
Yeah, I think hopefully we get some footage of some faces going down that. It's certainly going to put the beginners to the test.
Yeah.
We feel that they've come to a level that is bringing them into that intermediate sort of level, and they're quite capable of doing it. So we tested them yesterday and we trained them the day before, so we're ready to do this.
Yeah, good. Okay, well, it should be a great afternoon.
Head to Motorama 4x4bymore.com.au for more details. Okay, Camperholics, here comes another opportunity to win big. We've teamed up with Ariat Australia to give away this Ariat prize pack valued at $450. Ariat was founded on technology and innovation with the goal of making the highest quality footwear and apparel for the world's top equestrian athletes. The boots, bags and cap will have you styling and prove to one and all that this is not your first rodeo. Follow the link to enter the competition. To increase the number of entries, just follow the prompts. The more entries you have, the more chance of winning, and you've got to be in it to win it. Register now and good luck.